Hello everyone, nice to see you again. We have just come out from the Promenade MRT station at Exit A. Today we will visit the local attractions that are near the Singapore F1 Grand Prix circuit. Let's begin our sightseeing journey at the Singapore Flyer. It is near the start-finish line of the F1 paddock. To check if you are going in the right direction, you can see Exit A, Singapore Flyer in the directory board. If you are holding tickets for race day, please check the gate entrances to your grandstand and the transport options available. The Singapore Flyer will be closed to the public during the F1 event. For more information, please click on the link below. Once we reach street level, we can see the Singapore Flyer on our left. It is a 15 minutes walk from the Promenade MRT station. We can walk towards the Flyer direction and cross the traffic junction. Walking along Raffles Boulevard, we can see some of the temporary F1 infrastructure in place. The Singapore Flyer was officially opened in 2008, the same year as the first F1 race. Since its inaugural race in 2008, 2025 marks the 16th edition of the Singapore F1 Grand Prix. Up ahead we can see one of the Flyer capsules. Each capsule can accommodate up to 28 passengers. The observation wheel has a total of 28 air-conditioned capsules. The building on our right is the Singapore Flyer car park. We can walk towards the side of the car park facing the street and take the escalator to the second level and cross the overhead bridge to the Flyer. The Singapore Flyer is open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., including public and school holidays. Last admission is at 9:30 p.m., with the weekdays are relatively less crowded than weekends. The ride would take about 30 minutes. For evening rides, you can catch the sunset and see the city in night lights. From the second level, we can walk towards the right and take the escalator down to level 1, which is the entrance to the Flyer. The self-service ticketing booth is on the left and the entrance to the Flyer on the right. There is also a manned ticketing booth at the main entrance on the other end of the building. The Flyer stands at a height of 165 meters. On completion in 2008, it was the world's tallest Ferris wheel. This record was surpassed in 2014 by the High Roller Ferris wheel in Las Vegas, Nevada, at a height of 167.6 meters, a difference of 2.6 meters. Let's take the lift to level 3, where we can find the Flyer souvenir shop. From the level 2 deck, we can see the short straight between turn 17 and turn 18, where F1 cars exceed 120 km per hour before the final turn to the start and finish line. The next attraction that is next to the F1 circuit is the Esplanade Theatres on the Bay. You can take the MRT and alight at Esplanade MRT station. From the station exit, it is about a 10 minutes walk following the signs along the underground passageway. Esplanade, also referred to by the locals as the Durian, was officially opened in 2002. It was assessed that Victoria Theatre was only suitable for small to medium-sized performances, while Victoria Concert Hall was similarly lacking in its seating capacity and stage size. It was recommended that a new performing arts centre be built, and in 1992 the Singapore Arts Centre was established to build the Esplanade. Here at the Esplanade Concourse, there is a sound check going on. The free performances are held in the evening. You can check the program for daily events on the link below. Another great spot to catch live performances is the outdoor theater at Esplanade, set against the backdrop of Marina Bay. Here, we can see another band doing their sound check. On the right, you can take a 15 minutes walk across the Jubilee Bridge to visit the Merlion attraction. And on the left it's a 30 minutes walk, crossing over the Helix Bridge to the Marina Bay Sands. In between the Esplanade and the Waterfront Theatre is the Glutton's Bay Food Court. Here, you can find local hawker favorites such as satay, laksa, barbecue chicken wings, and stingray topped with sambal sauce, as well as chili crab. For international fare, there are also kebabs and Thai dishes, just to name a few. Let's head back inside the Esplanade. We can take the escalator up to the roof terrace. Up on the roof terrace facing the bay, we have a panoramic view of the Bay Area from the Singapore Flyer to the Merlion Park. On the other side of the roof terrace, we can see Raffles Avenue below, part of the F1 circuit from turn 14 to turn 16, where cars can reach speeds of up to 240 km per hour on the straights. The next attraction is the St. Andrew's Cathedral. It is next to the City Hall MRT station. St. Andrew's Cathedral is the oldest Anglican church in Singapore, named after the patron saint of Scotland. The original church was designed in neoclassical style, but was later demolished in the 1850s after lightning strikes. The current church was built in Gothic Revival style, completed in 1861 by Indian convict laborers. Above the entrance there is the stained glass of Jesus Christ and the four writers of the Gospel: Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. The neo-Gothic architectural style cathedral, including its supporting piers for the arches, is similar to the design of a ruined late medieval monastery in Netley Abbey, in Hampshire, England. Here we can see three stained glass windows, dedicated to key figures in Singapore's early colonial history, from left to right: John Crawford, Sir Stamford Raffles, and Major General William Butterworth. St. Andrew's Cathedral continues to be an important place of worship for the Anglican Communion in Singapore today, with services conducted in English and in 6 different languages. Next to the St. Andrew's Cathedral is the National Gallery Singapore. For these local attractions, be sure to check on the operating day and time, as most of them will be closed to the public during the race event. Here we are standing on the National Gallery Singapore rooftop. The street below is part of the F1 circuit from turn 9 to 10, with car speed reaching up to 274 km per hour. You can click on the links here to watch the walking tours of City Hall and Raffles Place District, which feature attractions located next to the race circuit. See you again in the next video.